So it's been 12 days since my surgery. No. Tuesday's 2 weeks. So that's 11 days. I'm doing pretty good. I've lost 21 pounds. It's pretty crazy how quickly it went. I had some major pain in the beginning, and yeah, it sucked pretty bad. Thank you, sweetheart. And I still have some like twinges every now and then because of the gas. But overall, it's been really great. I haven't had any nausea. I haven't had any vomiting. A bunch of the things that people kept telling me I was going to get, I haven't gotten. I've been following the guidelines pretty strictly. So I'm still only on stage 2, which is just purees and liquids. So I've been eating a lot of pureed soup. A lot of pureed soup. And I tried on a dress that I haven't been able to fit into in 3 years. And it zipped up just fine. It's a very weird thing because you just live and it just comes off. And there's no worrying about it. There's no... I mean, you gotta stress over what you eat. You have to really think about it, and the way that I look at food has changed a lot, because if I look at something and I want to eat it, I have to think to myself immediately, will this give me nutrition? Because the amount of calories that I'm taking in is so small. I think it's something around 300 or 400 calories a day. It's so small. Because my stomach's still so tight that it takes me all day to drink a protein shake. It takes me a half an hour to eat 3 tablespoons of puree soup. It takes me a day and a half to eat a cup of yogurt, like one of those containers of yogurt, like the Yoplait Light and Fit stuff. Yeah, it took me a day and a half because there's 4 servings in one of those things, and you don't really realize how little you can eat until you're there. I will never regret this, though. This was the best thing I could have possibly done. Yeah, I have nothing negative to say. I do have cautions. If you are not willing to give up food, like really give it up for the rest of your life, you're not willing to give up your little indulgences, and every now and then, and no, it's got to be 100% or this won't work. And there's a lot of people out there who have this assumption that once they get to a certain point in the in the recovery and everything, that they can start to sneak in little things. And I have one thing to say to them. What the fuck did you have the surgery for? The whole point was to change the way you deal with food. It isn't just a leash. It's an entirely new way of looking at everything, including just the regular world around you. And if you cannot do that, don't bother. Because you will end up either really hurting yourself, or you'll gain every single pound back. And I'm part of a support group that is dealing with this, and there's these constant posts. I mean, there's one person who posted this giant tray of pastries. I mean, why? Why did you do all that you're doing if you personally up here and in here were not going to change? Why? And it isn't about looking a certain way. It isn't about fitting into a size 6. It's about still being here when I'm 70. Still being here when I'm 50. Being able to run around with my dog and my kid at the park. Being able to live every moment without constant pain. And you really, I mean, there's a couple people on my support group who don't understand how far you have to go. There's no halfway with this. You either do it or you don't. And I'm not trying to be difficult. I'm not trying to say that, there shouldn't be things that you enjoy simply for the flavor of them. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that the fundamental ingredients of what you like have to be different forever. It's never gonna be exactly the way you wanted it at the beginning. If you follow the diet. I mean, you can tweak crap all you want. That's not what I'm saying. But if you are saying to yourself, okay, it's this many months before I'm allowed to have fried chicken. It doesn't compute with me. It's this many months before I can have ice cream. And the thing with a lot of and this doesn't work the same way for us, for people who needed to have this surgery, as it does for normal people. Normal person can stop at a half a cup of ice cream. A normal person can stop at fried chicken every couple months. But if you have an addiction to food, once you start down a slope, it gets harder and harder and harder and harder to stop that ball from rolling once you've started it going. And I know because I have family who've had it done. And went right back on. It's as though they didn't lose a pound. But you have to ask yourself, is that worth it? Is it really worth that? So I'm gonna get off of my soapbox now. I got a little introspective today, I suppose. I want people who go on this road to be able to succeed and to know exactly what it is that they're getting into, because this isn't something to be taken lightly at all. And you can always, always, always stop. If you really, really, really try it, you can always reset your pouch, get your head back in the game, and start living the way that you were meant to. And I know I have a giant zit right there, so don't just... Please, no comment. But everybody have a good night. And I'm going to go to bed now.